You're on point, yes. All the time, Kurt. You're on point, Ray. All the time, Kurt. You're on point, Will. All the time, Kurt. On point radio, we about to build. 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 On Point Radio. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
We are here.
Yeah. Good morning, people. Welcome to the On Point Radio listening experience. We're doing this like we do this every Saturday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. You know, let's get a little roll call happening. Let's get a little roll call cracking. My name is Kurt Sherrod, a.k.a. Mic Check 1 2 1 2, and in front of me.
What's going on, baby? This is JB, a.k.a. Mayor Broomberg in the building. And to my left on the 1s, 2s, 3s, and 4s.
The 5, 6, 7, 8s, and 9.
Got all the numbers covered.
Because she's a 10.
Is that what it is? Oh!
Hey, you know who I be. DJ Queen Dream. Thank you for tuning in to the On Point Experience.
Awesome. Fantastic.
Uh-oh, we got one on the phone
we got
already?
somebody dialing in?
Oh, man, someone is on point. Call in. Let's see what's cracking.
And you don't stop.
Oh, okay. That sounds like
See you in 2 seconds.
Oh, okay. I like that. In case y'all don't know, that's the queen of the show, the woman they call Yasmin Hurston. She's in transit, but she's still making it happen for y'all. 1 2 1 2.
She's everywhere. Satellite phone and all that.
And so, that brings us to this day, to the part of the show, to that time that we illustriously call each and every show.
Okay.
What's the 411?
I got it going on.
Hey, yo, I got it going on, hun.
What's the 411, hun?
What's the 411?
I got it going on.
Hey, yo, I got it going on.
Okay, cool.
Yo, Jeff, I'm going to give you a
my brother?
handoff today.
Wow.
I'm giving you a handoff because I know
Football
you got
season's
this
coming.
Amazing segment coming today.
Really? Oh, yeah. Later on. Yeah.
Not this show, but the next show. So you got to
Absolutely.
check both our shows. We rocking on Rock Cool 1 2 1 2. You see what I'm saying? So check out this show, then stay tuned and check out our next show where Jeff is going to hit you with a gem. And what I'm doing,
What you gonna do, brother?
I'm doing what they call a preamble for you.
Okay.
I'm doing what they call, like, you know, if you're doing like hard liquor, you want a chaser.
All right.
I'm gonna give you a chaser.
You gonna be a chaser?
Yeah, you ready?
Gotta follow it up.
All right, bust
Starting
this,
that up
man.
now?
Yeah, right now I'm gonna give you a
Alright,
chaser.
let's do it.
So, Roberta Flack, we
Yeah.
paid, not Roberta Flack, Aretha Franklin.
Okay.
We paid a lot of attention to her because of her recent passing.
Just do.
I think last show we rocked a lot of her music.
Yes,
the whole
we did.
world has been giving her just due.
Absolutely.
But I hope I read incorrectly when I read that Aretha Franklin didn't have a will.
Really? Wow.
That's what I read. And so
Really?
all those songs that she wrote herself, all the production credits, all her writers, her publishing, you know, she was never broke in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? You never heard her. I just wonder how this is going to turn out. So, you know, just to give you a hands off to your...
That might be another topic for us to discuss.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way for you eventually to do a financially fit.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's my what had happened. And what do you think about celebrities who make all this money but who don't do estate planning or who don't have wills
They
and
said
such?
Prince had some issues with his estate as well in terms of the way that was handled. We know Michael Jackson, there was always some back and forth about his estate, you know, who to go to, the next of kin, family members, things of that nature. And it is so important, as you say, you know, while we're alive, while we have our mental capacity, while everything is functioning, you really got to put those in place, and I've recently talked to somebody. The family was at odds because the matriarch of the family, put some people in charge that the kids didn't really appreciate, but she felt that was in the best interest, right? So you got to be careful when you hand that stuff off, who you putting in hands and whatnot. So we definitely gonna make that a topic. I think that's something that we definitely, and whether or not you're a celebrity or you're a regular 9-to-5 person, we work hard for our homes, our cars, our assets, our 401, whatever it may be, anything that we're gonna leave behind other than debt. Everybody runs from that. But when you leave something positive behind, everybody wants a hand in. So even us as lay people, we need to protect our assets and our interests that we worked hard for. So let me jump into, I appreciate that when it happened, right? So it was just so many various things. I know I was going to let some of our cohorts, I figured they would jump in on this other stuff, but
I could be Ray Ray.
You could be Ray Ray, you can do it all?
I could be Will.
I know you are. You could be a person of all.
I could be all that. Just let me know who you need me to be.
Oh, man, it's just funny. I just listened to the news this morning. I mean, it's been a real blockbuster week in terms of what we've been doing from a presidential perspective. Oh, we do have a caller?
Was it the president who called? Is it 45 on the line?
Oh, man.
Caller? Who's on the line?
His service is off. His service is off.
What's the deal, baby boys?
What's going on there?
What's going on?
The W-I
Willie Rock.
L-L.
Not the Millie Rock, the Willie Rock.
I got to tell you, I'm waiting for Kirk to do me. I want to see you do me, Kirk. I want to hear you do me. Please.
Duh.
See, that was Jeff. That wasn't me. That wasn't me. You see, you stole my mojo. I didn't think you would be calling yourself, so I can't do you now, son. Queen's finest. I can't do you now.
Hailing from Jamaica,
all my people from
Queens.
Blessed, man. We down at Audubon Park right now in Jersey City. We're doing a walk, stop the violence, stop the guns, everything here. This is beautiful. It's a good turnout, too.
Awesome, man. Will, you've been doing some awesome stuff in the community, man. I know you got recognized. You just got recently recognized, Will, for what you've been doing in the community, giving back, paying it forward. What was that, brother?
Yeah, it's the honorary. I'm an honorary for the Black Men Our Community Awards. That's going to be in Atlanta, Georgia, though. I have to go there to receive the award, which for me, it's a great blessing because of the fact that I never thought that someone from Atlanta would actually recognize the work that I'm doing in New York or New Jersey. So somebody's watching. Put it like that, right?
Hashtag Will.
That's what's up, brother.
That's what's up. I like that. But I just wanted to give a shout out to all you guys. Listen. Love is love, and we out here trying to bang up to this community, man. Make sure that we can do it right and have these people come out. And this stuff is really serious in our community, and I don't think people understand the level that it affects our children, affects our family, our structure, and our lives as we go forward. So I'm out here trying to do the same thing with Bless, the organization Bless. We had them on the show a couple of months ago, if not last year. So we're just trying to do great things for the community.
Well, y'all keep doing that. Y'all got a pretty day. Y'all caught a blessing from God with the
That's
day you got.
right.
So y'all rock that, all right?
Tell me about it. All right, brothers, y'all be safe. Sister, be good, and travel in harmony, y'all.
Yes.
All right, brother. Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
All right, no problem.
It's good stuff, man. Will's doing some phenomenal things out there, man, and keeps it moving. And that's really what it's all about. We need the next generation to bring up awareness. I mean, I was just going to touch on the fact that I think it was just an interesting week for our country. Actually, it was a sad week for our country, right? Really, it's with all these convictions and all these guilty pleas, this is almost like the mob, right? The way that this is going. Everyone is just falling left and right, and you see that there's a definite mission that has been laid out for and what I appreciate, let me kind of back up. What I appreciate is that even though we have some interesting people running the country, it's also a blessing that some of the government officials and some of the judicial system is actually working.
Yeah.
Outside of that, there needs to be a checks and balance. And I woke up this morning just listening to the fact that 45's doorman, that he's actually now been released because he was under, I guess, a gag order that he couldn't really speak about what was going on. And he has supposedly some information that Donald Trump has an illegitimate child. Because he saw an arrangement, I guess, a illegitimate affair that was taking place with a housekeeper. But they paid him $30,000, right? AMI, which is the National Enquirer folks, they paid him $30,000 to be quiet. And if he spoke on it, that he was going to have to pay them $1 million. But he has now been released from that gag order. So now we will hear about, and it's amazing that our president has had all of these illegitimate affairs, and they say it's not over. So it's just going to be very interesting, right?
Him and Schwarzenegger, what's up with, getting with the housekeeping? That rich French dude who came over did the same thing, remember?
How about that? Exactly.
Yeah, like, leave the maids alone.
Yeah, these corny guys with no swag. They
Abuse
just
of
kind of just
power.
paying
Yeah,
everybody.
abuse of
I just
Housekeeping don't mean they keep house for you.
Well, that's how we have a lot of German Dominicans. You know what I'm saying? In my community.
German Dominicans.
Yes. I'm not. It's real. It's real. It's a big.
¿Cómo está?
Good morning.
Voss is
But you
das.
know what? I am so glad for porn stars. Power to the porn stars. Stormy Daniels, man. Bringing it down, bringing
That's
out
so
corruption.
funny. I never thought you would ever say
I,
that.
no, I always supported
That
sex
sounds more like
workers.
Will, right?
Wow.
You always supported strippers?
I always
Porn
supported
stars
sex
breaking it down.
workers.
Uh-huh.
Especially the ones that want to unionize, like in LA.
Sweat equity.
Exactly.
Literally.
Literally.
I don't judge them.
All right.
The oldest
I
profession.
wish I could do it.
Well, listen, at the end of the day, if you take an oath and you do that to your wife, what would you do to the country? What would you do to people that you don't know, right? Because it's consistent. Maybe it's one, but it's just over and over again, and that just is a major character flaw. But, it's going to get good. This is an interesting soap opera, unfortunately, at the highest level of our government, and, you can't help but tune in. So I think that's what we were going to address. So we went into what had happened. Myself and Kurt, I know we've got a couple other people that are going to address some things that had happened or that what they want to get to in our next show. That's going to be absolutely phenomenal. So what we want to try to do is we want to move on, and we're going to close this segment out. We're going to pass it off to Queen, play a little music for us, and I think that we'll be getting into Kurt very shortly and his top tres.
Showing me my path. My heart belongs in your grasp. I only see you underneath your light. I can't survive without your kiss. My life dripping from your lips. I'm nowhere if I'm not by your side. It feels like time slows down, and every breath is getting longer. I feel my heart sinking to the ground, and every weakness is getting stronger. And as I'm falling, I can feel you lift me up underneath your wings. And it's every touch how you take my love and bring it back to life. You bring it back to life. I feel your fire burn underneath my skin. And it's every touch how you take my love and bring it back to life. You bring it back to life. And I'm breathing in every single sound you make. I can feel your words all in the air. With your voice making my heart beat. If your soul is all I see, it's like the rest of the world is not there. It feels like time slows down, and every breath is getting longer. I feel my heart sinking to the ground, and every weakness is getting stronger. And as I'm falling, I can feel you lift me up underneath.
Well, I gotta be on point. I got the on point experience. You know why? Because my name is Dr. Dre. I got the Yasmin on point experience. I got the Big Jeff on point experience. I got the Ray Ray on point experience. And of course, I'm with the man D Nasty with the on point experience, because that's the only way Dr. Dre rolls. On point experience.
Yes, yes, yes. And we're back. That was Rye with Back to Life. I really like this track, guys. I play this track a lot. Shout outs to Rye with the dope independent music. Send your independent music in, folks. We'd love to hear you. And if you're good, we might just play you on our show.
Word. Queen Power. That's what. She's going to put you on.
That's kind of smooth right there, though.
Yeah, well, if y'all listening, not only we got new music, we got like the fly veteran established queens coming to the set today with their official tissue music as well. So we cover everything from the old to the new to the middle, you know. And with that being said, I'm just curious to you people.
But can we say hi? I mean, we just coming in from like traffic all over. Hi, Ray. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, yes. Buenos días to you.
Thank you so much. So good to see you downstairs. We're coming upstairs. Stuck in traffic. We're just so glad to be here. And thank you to you two gentlemen and Queen for holding it down.
No doubt. Team Everything holds it down. But every superhero has to have some theme music.
Okay.
Right? And I think it's time for me to get my theme music crackulating.
That's it.
Mexi Ray!
Hey, Mexi Ray's the old theme music. I might have to run that back in the upcoming episode.
Let's hear it.
You know what I'm saying? But as we wait for my theme music to percolate through the environment, as it circulates through our sensory perceptive.
Do we need a drum roll?
No drum roll.
Oh, you want me to sing it?
You know, I can get a. You see? She teased me.
I was trying to, you know, like buy time.
Kurt, you got a superhero name?
I got you right now.
Oh,
it's coming?
She got me right now.
Okay.
And that's what she got.
Okay.
We got what? Top 3. That's Curtis Sherrod. And welcome to Curtis Sherrod's Top 3.
Oh my
Kurt. It never ends.
Go, Kurt.
Keep on to the break of dawn. Top 3 to the break of dawn. Ha! And you don't stop.
Got Yaz rapping.
And you don't quit. Hey. Feel like I'm in a Roxanne video.
I want to be your man. Yo, Yasmin.
I don't know what you did.
Yeah, so that's my theme music, and every good show should have theme music. Every good segment should have theme music. So I was glad to share mine with you.
I guess we got to roll.
I know. I'm like, okay.
Playing Prince for Tech Tips.
I know exactly. Parliament Funkadelic.
I know, right?
And so there
cute.
is a segment. There is a genre in popular culture called the situation comedy. A situation comedy is a mainstay of the television traditional platform. You can even go all the way back to Desilu Productions, who did I Love Lucy. That was a situation comedy. You know, for African Americans, we can go as far back as Amos and Andy. I don't know if you can call it a positive situation comedy, but it was a situation comedy of sorts.
Before my time.
Before your time. But it looks like that time is trying to come back.
Yes,
the way the world is going. And so with Curtis Sherrod's Top 3, what we try to do is pick different segments, different subject matters, and let our listening audience, our viewing audience chime in via social networking and let us know what they feel the top 3 is. So today's top 3 is on black sitcoms. So I'm going to start with you, Mr. Broom. To you, what's your top 3 when it comes to black situation comedies? And please, do you know what a situation comedy is?
A sitcom.
Don't be like, well, I love Roots. Roots was, pivotal in my whole mainframe. Like, that's not a situation comedy, all right? So.
Right. So is the question, do I know what a sitcom
What is it,
sitcom
right?
is,
No,
right?
what's your top
30 minutes,
top
right?
What's your top 3?
That's the question, right?
Wait,
Okay.
Let me see. Jeff is the quick one, but let me slow it down for him. This is Curtis Sherrod's top 3. So what's your top?
Well, you asked me, do I know what a sitcom is?
So just
Okay.
real
So
quick,
yes.
because I know he's thinking he's buying time.
No, I got it.
Buy time,
I got it.
So
Okay.
call 929-227-4646.
Yes.
If you'd like to share that too.
Oh, yeah. One more time, yeah.
929-227-4646.
Okay, so.
All right, I'm ready.
Oh,
It's
cool.
real simple.
That's what I'm saying.
For me, I'm gonna go 3 up, right?
Okay, cool.
Number 3, Bill Cosby Show.
Stop.
I put it 3. Go
Bill
ahead.
Cosby Show. Why?
Oh, we got to do that?
We got to break it
why?
down.
Okay.
Yeah, we got to break it down. You just can't say something, not justify it.
I mean, to me, obviously, it was, it transversed or it just what's the word, transitional, right? In terms of what we thought Black America was, right? For us to sit down and we weren't seeing poor people, we weren't seeing struggling people, we weren't seeing adopted kids like Different Strokes, things of that nature, right? Although those were some funny shows because that was reality for a lot of Black America. But to see a doctor and to see a lawyer, right? Regardless of what Bill Cosby, you know, situation is now, but for us, we used to run home and that was what we used to do. And you just could not miss an episode of The Cosby Show. So for us, you know, it was definitely something that was a new spin on what a sitcom was.
What's your 2?
Number 2 is Sanford and Son.
Dun, dun, dun. All right, cool.
Funniest as ever. And come on, man. Oh, should I say? I was gonna say Thelma, but
You
the
big-
show was
you
good
big
times.
dummy.
Good times. Hilarious,
Thelma.
right? Thelma.
Wow.
Right. She's the hottest chick on TV, right?
Ever.
I used to tune in for
Ever. Ever.
But coming from the inner city, I mean, Good Times, it emulated what the project was all really about, whatnot, right? So it was all about what we could kind of relate to, and Cosby Show was maybe what we aspired to. So those are my top 3 Black
You know what
sitcoms.
used to crack me up?
What's that?
I always had socioeconomic identifying skills.
Okay.
And I remember as a kid watching the Brady Bunch.
Oh.
Then after the Brady Bunch, Good Times would come on. And it was just like,
Contrast.
they're in Hawaii now?
Right.
Oh, man. And the maid is having problems with Sam the butcher.
And they got a maid?
Yeah, they got a butcher.
They have a spider and not a rat?
Yeah, I'm just, and they never left. They really left that apartment in Good Times. It was like,
Really?
even Penny.
Of course, the whole
Yeah,
elevator
no,
not working.
Big shout to Penny, who was in Harlem last week
Jackson,
doing
yeah.
her thing. No doubt,
Awesome.
no doubt.
Good to say.
All right,
Harlem honors.
I'm going to go to Ray Ray.
Well, see, my go-to shows. Me and my brothers, we used to love watching. Going direct.
Sure.
We used to love watching the Jeffersons. One, because the theme song was so, like, we were really attracted to that theme song. Like, once we heard it, we used to run to the TV, and it was on black and white.
How about that?
So we
Indeed.
did. And then we also used to love, then all of my brothers, we used to love watching Good Times. But one show that I do love, I used to love all the time because I just love Marla Gibbs. It's in our phone number, 227.
227.
A lot of it is about for us, it was all about the theme songs, how they got introduced, and that's what drove us to watch it. And I mean, and it all related to, because we were living in the Bronx, so it all made sense to us, like, because Jefferson moved from the Bronx to Manhattan. And so we're like, yeah, this is our life. This is our story.
At a point, did you feel black?
Well, you know what? I mean, I just felt urban.
Right.
Like, I felt like it was just urban, like it was like our situation, except there was the black, because I lived in a black community, and I'm like, oh, this is my neighbors. We're all living in the same situation.
Absolutely.
So I didn't feel like that difference. I just felt like, hey, this is city life, and this is my city life on TV.
Absolutely.
Well done. Well done.
Indeed.
Yes.
What's happening?
Oh yeah, that was
Rerun.
I'm trying to say I'm trying to say things that wasn't said, right? So what's happening gave you the young teenage perspective,
a hangout
that with the kids could hang out, have fun, talk smack. Nobody's getting shot or killed, you know.
And they dance.
D might have been the
laughing.
first
D,
rambunctious.
Shirley.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
Mabel, Mama.
Yep.
Mama brought it back like you was getting beat. You know,
Yep.
you didn't do it right.
Remember, That's My Mama?
I was gonna.
Oh yeah, that's my mama.
Stole her thunder.
No, he didn't. No.
Okay.
I wasn't. No, that's up. I love that show.
Yeah, she was
Love
cool.
that show.
What was the tagline from that show?
I don't know.
I remember there used to be this one dude. He was to come in and he said like, I got it, and I got to report it. And I was like, yo, I love that dude. He didn't have a big part, but every now and then,
And then he came in.
He got to do his shows got taglines like Good Times had Dynamite. That was
right.
JJ's. You know,
It's amazing how we've come so far.
Yeah.
From Dynamite.
Yeah, from tagline.
So I would say the other.
What you talking about, Willis?
Are we saying black sitcoms are with black people or all black people?
Well, black sitcoms where the majority of characters on the show are black.
Girlfriends.
Good call.
Oh, yeah.
Good
Living
call.
Single. That was
Great call.
I figured Yaz would have thrown in a different world with the college life and stuff like that.
I did, but
it was a little bit. Yeah, it was a little bit too, like, I don't know.
Yaz could have been a living single though. She
Yeah,
could have been
yes,
someone's cousin
yes.
on like 4 episodes, right?
And one of the things I wanted to say about a lot of those shows, it gave an opportunity because we all grew up in the business, my friends. So everybody I knew was on Cosby Show. So that just gave people jobs. Like every Cockroach, Carl Payne, Dawn Lewis was
My
in that,
wife
all
was
those
Cockroach's
shows.
girlfriend. on the Cosby Show.
Wow.
Really?
Go check out our episode or 2.
Nice.
We had
That's when I had to
good
scoop that
shows.
up.
Hey, what's your top 3?
Step up from cockroach. Kurt.
My top 3 is not really mine. It's more of a reflection of what the our listening and our social networking audience said. So they feel like a lot of y'all that the number 1, the numero uno.
Number 1?
No.
Or we going 3 to 1?
Go backwards, right? Number 3.
Sounds like I feel an urge. I feel the spirit.
You gotta get the drum roll, right? You got 3, 2, 1.
Yeah. You know what? What is your number 3? Let's hear your number 3. What's number 3?
Okay.
Cosby Show.
Like the newer version?
He had like multiple.
Every season had a new theme
Maybe Bobby
song.
McFerrin. He
Right.
really showcased black artists and black
Dance moves.
I mean, that was a dope part of him.
Yeah.
I love this was one of my favorite intros. Besides the one with the Apollo when they were in front of the Apollo or whatever, but yes.
So what's ill about that is I have a friend who actually was a musician. On that's like the best business you can get. Like, what did you do? I never had a hit record.
Right.
I never had a movie. I did the theme to the Cosby Show.
How about
and
that?
Daddy gets checks for the rest of his
Rest of his
life.
life.
When-
That's
he hurt
beautiful.
more than anybody when Cosby got caught with those crimes or whatever. He was like, no.
Bill.
And they did cut back for a while, you know, but it's back on.
Yeah, Bill
So,
killed a lot of checks.
Yeah, I think 'cause to have a sitcom, you have to have at least 100 episodes.
100, that's correct.
And so I
Syndication.
think, syndication. And I believe that show
It
was
is.
probably played every hour of every day in
Yeah.
multiple
I
countries
think
to
so.
a big extent. So no matter what you can say, the show had a lasting influence on our population.
Absolutely.
So
A positive effect.
very, very positive effect. So from a sonic perspective, let's hear something else. Another.
Is this number 2?
Yeah.
Well, we're moving on now.
Of course, the Jeffersons.
Classic.
Oh,
Oh, that's not me. Because
Because
the original Walona is singing.
No, it's not Walona.
Oh, no.
Big shout.
Definitely not Walona. That's Becky.
We are
Not
featuring.
Walona.
That's Becky.
We are still featuring new music.
hair, with the
Our
good
new
hair.
music. This is the artist called
This is the individual artist version.
yes, Princess Hampton. That was
Exactly.
the Princess Hampton version.
Woohoo!
Yeah, Beans didn't burn in her kitchen.
Caviar.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so
That's funny.
And the final?
yeah, the final.
Final.
Yeah, let's see what
Let's
we
see what
gonna get.
this is.
Yeah.
Ah, of course.
Now that's the original.
There you go.
What we trying to do? That's right. The community always has to deal with temporary layoffs, and then we got to deal with
Yeah.
I never knew what the hell she said here.
Hanging in the chat.
Hanging in New Jersey, right? No.
Jury. No one ever knew that.
No, I
Yeah,
know.
I know.
Actually, no, I know.
What is it?
It's hanging in a child line.
Hanging in the job.
That's what it is.
In a what?
Chow line.
Chow line.
Yes, that's
In a
right.
what? Oh,
Hanging-
Child.
Wait,
Child.
come on.
In a chow
It's
line.
a chow line.
Oh, no.
Okay, this has been a great, because that's a show. What is that segment? That's
We
black trivia.
Yeah.
We could Google that.
All right, and Dream, me and
You
you
can't
outside,
find
we're
that.
going to work that
you
out.
can't find that. Everyone always questions that.
I'm going with Chow Line.
Okay.
If you're listening to our show,
Hanging in the
please,
chow line.
please hit
That
our
makes
Facebook.
sense.
Let us know
Let's
what you think.
break it down.
That's the breakdown. And so we appreciate everybody who's contributed. I appreciate all the views and points your guys all had. They were very
Oh,
valid, you know. And so I
did
just
that
want to, your boy Matthew Stillman,
Yes.
he was like, I think Atlanta should be on the list.
He did good with
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I was
Yeah.
like, Atlanta, okay.
It's a good show.
It's a great show.
Yeah.
That show was great. And so was OnPoint Radio. This
Thank
was
you.
our segment called Curtis Sherrod's Top 3. Stay tuned as we continue down the venue with Queen Dream. Please
you,
bless
Queen.
us with some new music. New music.
And the original.
We'll be right back.
Yeah.
word while the club is bumping. Tell me what you heard. That's the music popping, it dropping on the floor. That's my music playing, DJ turn it up some more. Wouldn't mind hating, it's just I ain't got the time. Tell I'm better off to wish you well while I'm on my grind. I keep it moving, moving. While I'm on my grind, I keep it moving, moving. I'm in charge of time, I keep it moving, moving. I keep it real, I keep it while I'm on my grind. I keep it moving, moving. While I'm on my grind, I keep it moving, moving. I'm in charge of time, I keep it moving, moving. While I'm on my grind, I keep it real, I keep it while I'm on my grind. You said somebody told you that you gotta treat me bad. Now that we ain't friends no more, I should be feeling sad. See, I got a lot to do, and doing's what I do. I tell you, used to be my boo. Just move. Keep it moving, moving. While I'm on my grind, I keep it moving, moving. Like I'm in charge of time, I keep it moving, moving. While I'm on my grind, I keep it real, I keep it while I'm on my grind, I keep it.
Feel scared? You think you're gonna die?
Founder of the Young Gifted and Black Entrepreneurial Awards, and you are listening to OnPoint Experience, the official media partner for our 12th anniversary celebration of the unsung heroes and heroines. So, get on point with OnPoint as we build together and strive towards the continued pursuit of success.
Yes, yes, yes. And we're back. And what you heard was our wonderful, illustrious guest that we have today, Miss Tanya Be. And we heard Grind. We heard a little bit of what she will be performing live, Rivers of My Life. And we heard Strength. Strength, strength, strength.
So I don't know if you remember what she was doing when this song was out, but we had to play this every day at our house when this song came out. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to welcome to the audience, to the stage, to the viewers, and to the listeners, to everyone, a young lady who has defined excellence in music and in comedy and in vocalism and in mothering, and being a sister. Tanyayette Willoughby, born and raised out of the gospel church, has emerged to a tremendous height where she's been able to perform with the best, written for the best, and still doing her thing. This song is A Lover's Holiday by Change, and she composed this piece. And, you know, sometimes when you know people that write songs and, you know, you just don't think about it. And then when you start hearing it on there and you hear people talk about it, you even go to a video, Grand Theft Audio, play videos and watch your kids play it. And you'd be like, you know, that's your aunt who wrote that song. And they'd be like, what? Stop lying, you know? So I say that to say, family, Tanya Be is here in the house with us. Tanya Be in the place to be. Not B with a B plus capital, but B because she is going to be the best and always the best that she is. What do you say, Tanya Be in the place to be?
Tanya Be in the place to be.
Hey.
Welcome,
welcome.
I've done my little rapping.
You did rap?
Yeah, there once was a boy named Jack. He took a turn for the worse and he fell upon his back. He rolled right over, found a pit and said, now what to do with it? So he planted the pit into the ground and a stalk began to grow. Now, I don't have to tell you because it's so profound. I don't have to tell you because you know there's a giant involved who was big and funky too. The things he did and said would just amaze you. Jack took the giant's lute and the giant's goose and said, turn around, honey, now turn me loose. Now, the giant, we all know, said, fee, fi, fo, fum. But what he really said was this, my friends. It's only known as song. He said, yo, what's up? My name is Tanya Be in the place to be.
So before everybody goes in, we got a caller on the line, I understand. Hi, caller, you're on OnPoint Experience.
Good morning, people.
Good morning.
It's your favorite personality from the Southern Hospitality State.
Oh, it is. Okay. Well, come on and talk to us, brother.
Now, I wanted to answer the little debate Curtis and Green was having.
Okay.
For the longest,
Jesse Carr. Gotta be Jesse Carr. Hi, Jesse. Hi, Jesse.
Right?
Yes.
It's saying
Go ahead.
hanging in and jiving.
Yes.
What? Oh, hanging and jiving.
See, there you
Yeah.
go. See? And I would have let you know that, but I was like off the mic at the time.
Thank you, Jesse. Thank you, Jesse.
All right, y'all.
All right.
Have a good
Thank
show.
you for clarity. Thank you for clarity.
You could text me personally.
You could have texted us on that.
And let me know instead of blowing my spot on national radio, Jeb.
But you know what? That's good that you
good.
know that.
That's my dude right
That's
there.
what we're here for.
That's my
That's
dude.
right.
So
Crack
thank you.
research.
So thank you so much, Jesse, and we're gonna kind of focus right back on our interview because we really think that you could have sang that song if you wanted to.
I just
don't
hanging
That
out
was
with
you?
Jiving.
Yes, that was.
You didn't know it was me. I just figured I'd put it out there because
So
it be like that.
it be like that.
I'm just saying.
So Tanya,
Tanya B, yes.
Tanya B. Sorry.
I get you.
So the song that I asked to play during the break was Strength, because not only did it have a great beat, which that catches us all the time, but it really talks about struggles. It talks about adversity, how you deal with certain things. Is there a reason why you decided to write that song? And maybe that delves into a little bit about who you are while you're sharing that with us.
Thank you so much for asking. That song is exactly about everything it discusses. First of all, I have a daughter that was born with Down syndrome. And the word Down syndrome has the word down in it. She was first born Nora, but every time I called her Nora, it sounded like the word no. So I changed her name to Nazarah, which is the feminine form of Nazarene. Now, the reason why I say that is because from the time I started calling her that name, the Down syndrome part became like an up syndrome, if that makes any sense to you, because she then began to respond. And as a result, she actually ended up graduating high school. She went to an art high school. She plays drums. She sings. She does all these different kinds of things. So part of the reason why the song was written was because I wanted to call out all different types of diseases. I should say that was the inspiration. So AIDS is mentioned, Down syndrome is mentioned, cancer is mentioned, diabetes is mentioned, even heartbreaks are mentioned in that song, heartaches. All the different types of challenges that we have to go through while we live. You know, most people are always like, well, you know, life is tough, or, you know, and then you die, or whatever the case may be. But you have to get through these challenges to get to the next level or next stage. And strength is what does it. And also, you mentioned about the gospel background. Well, for me, God is the savior of my life. As a matter of fact, funny thing, I'm about to put out a video about Baphomet. I don't know if you ever heard of Baphomet, but Baphomet is the satanic god. Okay, now me, I'm a believer of Christ, but recently I was cleaning my house up and I found a Baphomet. I think I told you, a t-shirt, and had on it. Like, who put this in my house? You know, long story short, I am doing a campaign against Baphomet because Baphomet represents the devil, and I'm against that. So strength also answers to the state of the world that we're in right now, and the fact that people are running around here so afraid and stuff because this and that. I'm letting people know that no, God is the one that rules this world. God is the one that rules earth and heaven. So therefore, with our strength and our belief, we're gonna make it. The song also mentions Serena and Venus, because they're the heroines in there. Also mentioned the Knicks and also Ali, because
Good
they
job.
did some very profound things. So all those things are mentioned in this particular song, and it leaves you with a really good feeling, a feeling of hope.
Very positive
That
song.
once you go ahead and you believe in the strength that you have within, and a being that keeps you going. I don't care what you call your being, but I'm just saying something that may be a little greater than yourself. Then that strength will give you longevity, like I've managed to have myself, a little bit of longevity.
How long have you been performing, like, professional? Well, I know that you started in church, so you've probably been performing since you were like 3 years old with your family. But when did you go professional, and what was that transition like?
So professionally from age 3.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
because and it's funny because see, I'm a believer that there are no coincidences. The mere fact that you would say 3 years old really resonates to me, that somehow or another you're getting some type of vibe from me. You know, where other people were listening to Michael Jackson on the radio, my mother was taking me to various functions for the PTA and various churches, and all these different things were being done on a professional level. Thing is, my mom was like the Joe Jackson.
Oh.
So my mom used to beat me to go on stage. I was a very, very shy little kid, but I had an extremely nice voice, and I sang "He's Got the Whole World in His Hands." So that was my song, and so that's how I got started. You know, so she basically took the church into mainstream, and that's what my family always did. I come from a family who won contests on the Ted Mack Amateur Hour. They were called the Terry Sisters, and they won. The only reason why we don't know about them is because when they went into the behind the scenes meeting and they sat down with these Caucasian men, because I'm gonna call them out anyway,
Right.
and I'm also gonna call out the station, which was CBS. They wanted to have affairs with these women, my family, and they just said no. You know, these were spiritual women, and they were part of the PK family.
They didn't want to be Harvey Weinstein, basically.
Exactly
And get into
right.
the industry.
Exactly right. So you never really heard of them.
No.
Our family was like the so-called King family, so-called Jackson family, but we were more on the spiritual level, so we never really came out of that shadow. We kind of stayed under the shadow of the Almighty, as Psalm 91 says.
So you've been able to the transition, as you said, from 3 years old to now, and you even gave us a little rap. How do you maintain the times and continue on keeping your own beliefs?
So I really have to say this, and I don't really want to come across as charismatic or anything like that, but it really is a God thing with me. Like, that's my motive operandi. You know, you hear about artists right now, you hear about the Illuminati, you hear about all these different kinds of rumors of things that people have to do to get to the top. Thankfully, I've never had to do those things. Somehow or another, I do have that God that's before me, and therefore no one can be against me. You know, those words are really in my heart. They have been kept in my heart, and that's why I'm still here today, because he must want to use me as a tool to get to other people. Because as I sit right here in this chair, you know, I've been diagnosed with all kinds of serious diseases that haven't even really been addressed, but God has been keeping me. You understand what I'm saying? So the mere fact that you see me, I'm a walking, talking miracle, but I have to spread the word and let other people know that whatever I do, you can also do.
Very positive. So I wanted to know, how did it come about with you doing the piece A Lover's Holiday, Change and Luther Vandross, and knowing all those. You
don't know that story?
I do know that story, but they
you
don't.
do know that story?
Go ahead, tell us.
Okay, so that's crazy because me and your brother, who is my ex-husband, we were shout out to you out there. I will not call your name because I'm not spreading no light on you today. Shout out. Okay, so anyways, we're about 17, 18 years old when this happened, and we were attending a program called the Institute for New Cinema Artists. Various celebrities came out of that program. Allison Williams, Ray Chu, Phyllis Stickney, and maybe even some more. We're all part of Cliff Frazier and Ozzie Davis's dream of reaching out to talented youths within the community that would not have opportunities.
What high school did you go to? I'm sorry, just say that.
Shut up. Because you know High School of Music and Art.
Okay, just continue.
The Fame School. Yeah, that's all right. Brooklyn Tech. That's okay. Yeah. Fiorello H. LaGuardia High School of Music and Arts. The Fame School. And you know, if you went to that school right now and you're listening in, you're going, hey, I'm an A. It's all right. It's all right. We love you. But anyhow, yeah, graduated from that school. And actually, I even went to Hunter College. I studied under Milt Hinton, who was a famous bass player. I went to Westminster Choir College, which is where I learned to sing in different languages, including opera, which I could do at the drop of a hat. I'm glad to say God has blessed me in that way, be gifted in that way, multi-talented, multi-instrumentalist, like you said, a teacher, entrepreneur, actor, comic, all those different things. I've been working on this craft for a very long time, so that when the time comes, which is now, I could be prepared.
Wait, I want to get back to this Luther Vandross. What's the connection? What happened there?
Man, Luther Vandross.
Tell that story.
Yeah, well, okay, so
tell that story.
You got 2 seconds, but we want you to do your thing.
Okay. So anyway, getting back to Inca, Wayne Garfield, who was my teacher at the time, he was going in the studio and he needed some students to go in with him, and so he asked me if I'd like to write to some of his music, because he couldn't write to all of the tracks that had been given him. It was a man named Jacques Fred Petrus. He was from Italy. He was from Guadeloupe. Anyway, he was working in the studio with a group, and we went in there. I wrote some lyrics. Next thing you know, they brought in these background vocalists. Luther Vandross was one of them. Diva Gray was another one. Fonzie Thornton, who sang with Aretha Franklin. If you saw any of those videos or know who he is, some of these are the greatest singers that we've ever known in the industry. And I wrote the song and arranged all the vocals, and that's how A Lover's Holiday came about. Now let me tell you the story behind it. I'm writing 4 a.m. in the morning, and because I was an avid skater, loved roller skating and everything, to me the song sounded like some type of a skate song, and the guys did not speak English well. So they gave you the track, but in the background you'd hear them say, wow, because they didn't know how to speak English, but that's the sound that they wanted to hear coming back. So the story was an imaginary story about what it would be like if I were with your brother and he really did the right thing. Sorry, Ahmed, I had to say that because it was like a fantasy.
Wow. Shade,
it was in my mind.
Shout out to Naima.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, you know, the idea was being in a roller skating rink, and the guy comes up to you and he just he pulls out a ring and he puts it on your finger.
Oh, that's
So that was the, that was the
That's
thing.
dope.
Yeah, and
that.
since it was 4 a.m. in the morning, it was like not a star shone out in the sky that very night in pitch black city. I probably should have said New York City.
Right.
New York City was on my mind, but it was so dark that I was like, it's pitch black. It was literally this color outside.
Universal.
And it was dark on the inside, and it was dark on the outside. It was coming from a dark place too, really, when you think about it. But I was trying to shed some light up in there, with the ring thing,
So Tanya, what we want to do real quick, and we want to say thank you so much, and you can stay around and hang around if you want, but we want a little performance, if that's okay. Is there a place we can find you right now? Is there something happening coming up?
Okay, so I am so excited about the performance I'm about to do on September 17th because it's off Broadway, and it's at a place called Russian Samovar. I think it's on 52nd Street off of 8th Avenue, but I will give you the information.
Well, we can post it too if you.
Yeah, you need to post this one because this one is going to be really something. Myself and several other artists in the industry, including Madonna, have performed in Russian clubs, and so I get an opportunity to go back to this Russian club and bring it the way I want to bring it. I'm going to be doing a couple of Donna Summer songs because they're doing the Donna Summer show right now off Broadway. I'm going to be doing some of my original stuff. I'm going to be singing my Russian hip hop song, which is Tanyayette C, which is on the album as well. And just going to be really having a really good time. I'll be playing violin, maybe even sit down and play the piano. I'll be working with
flute too, or
no, you silly, just violin this time. But I do.
Don't take any private meetings, okay? In that Russian.
So, what are you going to do for us?
I'm safe there.
What are you going to do for us today?
I'm going to be playing to a song called "Alive."
Okay, so
yeah, it was written by myself and DJ M.I. from the Bronx, actually. The sound. All right, so
Tanya Be, we welcome everybody, ladies and gentlemen, coming live from a studio at 125 Maiden Lane, Tanya Be. Are you ready? everybody. Tanya B.
In the place to bazig.
Okay, we'll be right back. This was a great show, On Point Experience, and we'll be back for the next episode, next show. On Point Radio. On Point Radio.